We got DRX NRG elimination game summary. Okay, so NRG have just planted the spike, and DRX are doing that thing where they do a pistol that is nothing like any of their normal rounds to make the enemy team think that they might be doing it later on in the game, and just create pressure from this. RB did incredible in this, really nicely done. He managed to get 2 once they pushed him. This was a good reaction from DRX's push. Obviously at the beginning of this they pushed 4 people A main and then went behind with the flank 4 people, and just the pressure was too much. They played it really well, insta-sticking the spike. This is something that DRX like to do all the time, and something that probably other teams can implement, at least trying to get it half. So yeah, loved how they approached this. Nice pistol from them, nice reaction from NRG, but RB just too good on this one, and honestly just a very good map in general from him. But yeah, as you'll see, just wasn't enough on this. This is what I thought was cool. Was just wanted to highlight NRG's game plan at the beginning, just taking off this kind of area of map control, just creating a lot of question marks and trying to bait out a lot of utility from DRX. This actually ended up being a really nice round. Just going to fast forward to the end of this here. Everyone look over towards A. Basically they've done a flash, they've done the wall, and in response we're instantly putting the ult down, and then with that we're pivoting over towards B, and there are just 2 people here. I thought this was a really nice strat from them. I liked it. The mid rounding as always was good. Stax is just jiggling in and out expecting a flash never comes, they get the important kill, and yeah, just a nicely played round from NRG. Everything was good, everything was together. Even though there was time pressure, they felt in control the whole time. And yeah, I just liked it a lot. I thought they dealt with everything really well. And yeah, just nice game plan going in. Then DRX go over towards an eco, and they see the same wall come out, and they get this map control. They handled this really well, and so happy to see that they kind of adjusted into this one. They went searching. They managed to get the trades out and ended up crunching them into this area. A lot of guns down, spike down itself to win this round, and I just thought it was nice because it's something that I've been critical with them in the past, of them just not adapting on the fly, so it's nice to see them doing that. Then we had these normal Pearl rounds, the classic Pearl rounds. Just thought I'd show them because they were pretty impactful, but just a classic trying to get half over towards the spike, just this pause being too good after plant. Nice easy clutches when this happens. Still played it well, but yeah, like we said, normal Pearl stuff. Happy that we don't see that, hopefully in the future once this map gets changed. RB, like I said, was having a really good game, making some of these rounds winnable. This would have been an insane 1v4. Really close. Yeah, tried his best on this one. FNS just played this well still. Played this well, and then something that I will point out as well, everyone quickly look at his armor. He goes to pick up the gun. He goes down to 45 armor. I will just quickly fast forward this into the next round. Let's look over at his armor. He has purchased the 5 armor for 1,000. Not what I would call worth, but just wanted to highlight it. Sometimes when you're in IGL, you're just thinking about the round so much that this stuff happens. We've seen it with Boaster before in overtime. Just thinking about the round itself, so the little things like that slip away. This was a massive buy round for Buzz. Brings out the op, gets the double to stop the round. Very impactful in terms of the economy and what a time to do it. Just wanted to show it. That was how one of the rounds ended. Then we had this round. This was very interesting. So NRG just going for their normal kind of B hit. The over rotation was really good from DRX. It was really, really good, and they managed to get so many people here. They didn't worry about door. There hadn't been too much door pressure, and they just dueled together. I thought that Stax did incredible, Zest did incredible, and just the crossfire and the util of just making sure that this wall was constantly up and just isolating them in towards the site was great. So yeah, loved what I saw from them. Really nice hold, and just gambled a little bit with the rotate, something that you kind of have to do on Pearl sometimes. Also good anti from DRX. This is something that Ardis likes to do a lot once he has his ults, this kind of pathing. If you looked at the beginning there, RB was just looking at the top ready for this the whole time. So yeah, just happy to see that they kind of put the anti in on this one. And RB just goes above and beyond in this actual round itself, and he wins this one out. But yeah, very impressed with that. Very impressed with just to see the anti here. And then this last round as well, NRG obviously got shut down over towards the B hit earlier, like we said, with the over rotate. They had a close round over towards A, so they try and hit A again. Seekers here enables Mako to get an extra kill. I like the idea from NRG. They put a lot of ults into it. This Viper ult is one of my favorite, but yeah, just losing too many people at the beginning here, and the Seekers just being MVP, to be honest, just to enable the spams through the smoke. Then we'll go in towards the other half. This is an insane round from Crashies. This is their bonus round, right? They won the pistol, they're on the anti-eco. Crashies has time to get one, reload, 7 bullets on this, doesn't want to pick up the gun, doesn't overheat, just so in control. And yeah, just changing the tide of that. Such an impactful round for the scoreline and just the economy. Loved what he did here. Thought it was very, very impressive. Then, because it's PAL, everyone has to have their rounds where they do this. Just after plant, normal B hit. They didn't manage to get enough kills. It was a good plant. They didn't manage to disrupt the plant. And NRG had a round like this, so it's only fair that DRX get one as well. Nicely done from Stacks, nicely done from RB, just time pressure of course because of the after plant. And yeah, just playing the map well, this is how a lot of teams like to approach it. It's an easy round if you can get the plant off. It's one of the reasons why Harbor is so good with the Cove to protect the plant. Yeah, thought it was cool. This is something that I loved as well. We saw DRX taking a lot of A main control. This was just how close some of these rounds were. This right click, Buzz surviving, just only eating 2 of the knives instead of 5 of the knives. And yeah, with the 25 HP, manages to get all of these kills. Just how close some of these rounds were. If those knives hit, this was a different round for sure. Nice round from Buzz. A little bit unlucky from Ardis. Then we got into more of these rounds. It's 10-7. It is 10-7. I just quickly want to highlight, if you look at the minimap, what's gone on at the beginning of this, it is an eco. NRG were 1 away from their Killjoy ult. They pushed over towards A main. They got the orb. They got the Killjoy ult. And they've gamble stack once they've heard information. I actually think this was just the integral. This was the plan at the beginning anyway. Because as soon as they got this orb, they just insta-rotated once there was no pressure. And it was just such a big pivotal round for me. They're low buy. They managed to do a lot of damage on the plant. The molly was good. And just the overwhelm of just the numbers was just incredible. And they kind of learnt from the round before, right, whereas the after plant. And they just had numbers here. And this one's just a little bit too hard to win. Just everyone aiming, Ardis pressuring the spike. Played it very well. Yeah, just a great eco round, just a great gamble, and this did change the tide. So they lost over towards B. They realized that they were doing some rotates, so then they wanted to take early A main control in terms of DRX. I love this lineup. It's one of my favorite lineups that I've learned from this event. Just a cross map lineup, and just look at when it lands here. Literally lands on their head, applies the vulnerable, and then they can try and spam or get people that are isolated over towards here. So love this, the shutdown from A main, and there was a lot of A main kind of like brain games that went on following this. We also NRG obviously winning this round with the first kills to help them out, and then DRX kind of getting lost, right? Shut down over towards A, shut down over towards B the round before. Then they managed to get a B plant. They go back to what was working before, and FNS does this. So yeah, insane round from him, just in time. If he didn't hit one of those shots, Victor's probably getting spammed. So yeah, really calm from him. Great aim, loved it. And just a lot of important rounds. Like this map could have gone either way. There were so many rounds that were like this that was just so close. Som picking up the op as well, just having mad impact. I think he got 4 into this round as well. So yeah, NRG individuals really starting to step up towards the end. And like I said, that 10-7 round where the gamble stacked over towards B just felt so pivotal to actually just get them the kind of confidence that they can do this. And then the individuals really kind of took it home. I like this from NRG once again, just making sure they know how hard it is to retake this site. So the amount of times that they were just flooding here. Just as soon as they heard the Harbor ult as well from attack, they just insta-rotated, just taking some gambles again. This one, just a little bit too hard for Mako to win in the 1v4. But yeah, again, just loved how NRG approached this. Then we get over towards 10-12. I actually thought that I thought the DRX did really well on this. So, as soon as they get information from Ardis, they've been flooding over towards the site, right? So with that information, they decide to push door, knowing that everyone will be fighting over towards site. They push door, they get into a good situation, and they create pressure. And it actually means that they can get over towards the site and plant, and just the overwhelm is good. So love this plan from them. I just really wanted to highlight just how, again, the adaptation, right? This is the same round, just the end of it. And also just getting the plant down, like I said, and Stacks with just another one. It's a classic. They managed to get 2 of these. Nicely done from him. Big 1v3. But yeah, I just thought the whole round again was great. Just them adapting, which was something that I've been critical to them with. So I just wanted to show that. Then we got into the last round, and this was NRG's turn to kind of just do what DRX are doing. insta-sticking the spike a lot, right? So we have them all go out, that forces them away. It's an afterplant. We see a cove down. Som is just an absolute hero, instantly getting half. He tanked a molly towards the end there as well. And so yeah, the fact that it's half is just the big difference here. Everyone's still trying to get onto it. Ardis 1v2, extra smoke here. And just the bullets just don't hit. And yeah, I just wanted to shout out Som here. I thought he had a great game. And yeah, the fact he got half here was one of the reasons why they could win that. Victor as well was just outrageous. RB, for me, felt really good. He's been very consistent this event. It's a shame to see them kind of have one of their worst events with him performing so well. Yeah, shout out to Victor. Like, this was ridiculous. But yeah, just wanted to also, this was a good example of just like, Som had so much impact, but his scoreline doesn't really reflect that, right? So I thought this was a good way of just highlighting that the stats don't really mean everything into this one. So yeah, great round from him. We go over towards Haven, a map that DRX to struggle on for sure. If you look at their Pacific region, I know they beat Foot, but yeah, it's just something that they haven't been looking good at, especially their attack half, and it didn't really change too much here. Victor did great. I love this setup from him, and just honestly, this smoke in general just caused DRX a bit of a nightmare, and it just meant that he could play around this. I thought the Victor obviously starting off with just his dominant performance on Pearl with 4K in the pistol as well, and yeah, loved the setup with the Killjoy, and loved the Viper smoke to kind of enable them to play around. We then went on to the bonus, right? And look at the time while this is going on. Like, this was one of the closest rounds we've seen. Only just keeping them in this. RB did. Yeah, really, really close round, and just kind of shown just how dominant this map was. Even the bonus round, even with the worst guns, NRG just kind of looking on top. This, I thought, was just a good indication of how controlled NRG are, especially Som again. This was a good game to just highlight Som for me. He just plays his role really well. He was honestly just playing his life for so long. Crashes was really patient, and Som was both really patient, knowing that in the B retake, he's the person that has to block the vision. He's the person that has to kind of cove the spike, stick the spike, and he just waited for the most perfect timing with it. So yeah, I just really wanted to just highlight not the fragging from him, but just how good he is at playing his role. Everyone look over towards C on the minimap. This was a read that the NRG had for sure. I don't know if it was to do with ults. I don't know if it was just something they wanted to do in terms of shutting this down early on. Maybe DRX only fast hit C. I'm not entirely sure, but big stack over towards the site. Numbers here, we have Viper util, we have Killjoy util, we have so much. And yeah, just the read into this one was great. Even though the util and the hits obviously really nice, I just thought it was good to see that NRG always have reads, and this was no different. Nicely done, nice overwhelm, even though, again, like I said, got a little bit close, but the numbers were just here flooding the site. And yeah, NRG did great. Shout out to Chet, or the coaching staff, or FNS, whoever's involved for that one. DRX started managing to win some rounds over towards B. It was actually more, if I'm being honest, it was more the fact that NRG were just a little bit slower in some of their retakes. The util on this one was good. The round before wasn't as good, and NRG were just a little bit slow. So yeah, I just wanted to just kind of highlight this. A lot of the time it was just B hits in terms of how they're winning the rounds, and then the time was just too far ticked. And yeah, just something that maybe NRG can look back at and just try and change up, maybe just go a little bit faster on some of these rounds. I know that honestly, maybe they're in maybe some of the timing of the B hits was not expected because DRX changed up their pace, which is something again that they don't normally do. So I think it was more just NRG not expecting the kind of change of pace. So shout out to DRX for doing that again. This was a good example of the retake wall, right? The Viper wall, different wall to normal, means that they can flood out, right? It blocks vision from here and here, meaning that they can flood out the Seekers as well, just getting max impact. Just seeing one through the smoke, so the spam was good, and then revealing that other person in the corner so that they could bring this down into a winnable round, plant not down. And yeah, I thought this was great. I actually really like that Viper wall. I think it's really good to flood the site, and just means that you can kind of play a little bit more retake and just help your teammate out. Crashies going into the last round before halftime just did this, and it just really sealed it. Just confidence, just calm, cool, collected. Nice shots from him. Mad impact as always. Not in the clutch this time, but actually just to close out and anchor the site itself. NRG then won the pistol, so everything was going wrong for DRX. We go in towards this bonus for them. Ardis has the hero gun, and he gets the first kill from the dog through the smoke, and then he gets the second kill just spamming because he heard the rifle shooting away. So yeah, a little bit unlucky for DRX, but again, nice utility, nice awareness from Ardis on this. Then we go into the last round because it had just been super dominant. We are going for a B hit. I just wanted to just show how the round unfolded, because it was the last round, and this was just an NRG masterclass. There was an EDG summary that I did, and I pretty much highlighted this exact round, saying that it could be an NRG round, and the fact that we saw the exact round is hilarious. We go over towards B, they get a rotate in. With that information, they go over towards A, they walk in towards site. Ardis is looking over towards middle just in case the reaction is to push front of B, and potentially as well the reaction is for him to try and get some rotates. Keep an eye on Ardis while this is going on. He then goes through garage and then just does around the world, and like I said, it was so funny to see this. I watched an EDG round, and literally on stream and in my summary I was like, man, I'm watching the minimap and it feels like NRG, and then we see the exact round, the exact outcome, everything the same, and Ardis actually probably just getting a bit more for his lurk on this. But yeah, classic way to end it. NRG, good manipulation of the rotate, good manipulation of the map. Ardis in the perfect position to end this with style. And yeah, 22-9 for him. He had a really good map. I mean, just everyone had a really good map. Sorry, 23-9. Som, again, really outstanding. And just DRX worried about their map pool. I feel like having a sick roster has backfired a little bit. Their Bind and their Haven for me are just big worries. And then obviously a lot of the time they're banning Lotus as well. So like 3 maps that potentially they're not great at. It's a huge red flag for me in terms of this team moving forward. I think they can get good, but I want to see them commit to some kind of either 6-man roster, it's different on the maps itself, or just stick to this 5 and kind of roll with it. They seem like slightly in limbo for me personally. So yeah, sad to see them go out so early, but I think with their map pool it was going to happen. Ardis, great performance again from him, and just the whole team in general. Been loving FNS's calling, and yeah, thinking that I'm confident they can have a lower bracket run is what I'm saying, although this tournament is very hard to call and there's just a lot of good teams here. Please let me know what you thought of this. Give it a like, give me a subscribe potentially, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much.